For this next video, we're going to talk about how to plot points. So you see the scaled graph here where I have even spacing. So I counted by 10s on the x-axis and I counted by 20s on the y-axis. Now I need to plot each point. One big thing to be aware of is a lot of the time a point does not fall on lines, and that is perfectly fine. In fact, this first point, my volume is 8, so it's going to be between 0 and this here. It's not labeled, but is 10 because it, again, is even spacing. So it's going to be between 0 and 10, a little bit closer to 10, and then it's going to go up a 10. The first line is 20, so it's going to basically go up halfway, and I'm going to put a point, something about there. You can see where I put that. Again, that's about halfway there, so that's about 10 for my mass and about 8 for my volume. So that's how I'm going to go and plot my points. For the next point, I'll just plot it in a different color. I'm going to go, my volume is 27. So I'm going to go, this is 20. This space isn't labeled, but I know it's even spacing, so I know this space is 30. So 27 is going to be between 20 and 30, closer to 30. And then 58 here is going to be really close to 60, but a little bit under. So I'm going to go about right there for my 58. For my next point, my volume is 64, so I have 60 labeled here. This here is 70. Again, it's not labeled, but it's even spacing, so I know it's 70. So that's 70. So 64 is going to be just on the 60 side of the middle, okay? So I go about there, and I'm going to go up to 138. 138 is going to be a little bit short of 140. So I'm going to put my point about there. So again, I was looking at that point there. For my next point, I'm going to do 125 and 270. So 125, I go over, here's 120, this is 130, so 125 is the middle of there. So I'm going to go up that amount, and I go to 270. 270 is halfway between 260 and 280, so I go kind of over from here and up from in here, and that's where I get that point there. And then the last point I have is 216 and 467. So 216 is going to be here. This is 210, so it's going to be between 210 and 220. So again, 216 going to go up in here, and it's going to be 467. So 467 is going to be between 460 and 480. Again, sometimes it helps me to kind of do this really lightly to help me plot those points. And where those intersect is where I'm going to plot that point. So you can see here I have plotted my 5 different points on my graph. So that's how you go about plotting points.